If you've got solar on your home, you'll definitely want to pay attention to this one. We're starting to see something new pop up across the country. Insurance companies are beginning to require homeowners with existing solar systems to upgrade or retrofit their equipment with what's called rapid shutdown devices. Now, if that sounds random or unnecessary, I get it. Most homeowners have never even heard of rapid shutdown, let alone expected to spend thousands of dollars adding it to a system that's been working perfectly fine for years. But here's what's really going on and why this matters more than you might think. Let's start with the basics. Rapid shutdown, or RSD for short. It's a safety measure built into the National Electrical Code, first appearing back in 2014. The goal is simple. If there's ever a fire, a flood, or any emergency, firefighters or first responders need to be able to quickly shut off the flow of high voltage DC electricity from your solar panels. You see, when the sun is out, your panels are constantly producing DC energy, even if the main breaker is off. Without a rapid shutdown system, that means there can still be hundreds of volts running through those wires from your roof down to your central inverter. That's dangerous for anyone who needs to cut into the roof or access those wires during an emergency. So the code was created to make solar safer, not because systems were catching fire, but because the industry wanted to give firefighters peace of mind. The tricky part is that this requirement rolled out gradually. Not every state or city adopted it right away. So depending on where you live and when your solar was installed, you might not have been required to meet that part of the code. By 2017, the NEC tightened up the rules even further, reducing how far any live DC wiring could extend beyond the solar array. Basically, you had to be able to shut everything down to near 0 volts within 3 feet of the panels. And that's when we really started to see companies like Enphase and SolarEdge gain traction. Enphase, for instance, uses microinverters mounted under each panel, meaning every module converts DC to AC power right on the roof. If the system loses power, each inverter stops producing immediately. Boom! Instant rapid shutdown built in by design. SolarEdge went a different route, using power optimizers under each panel that talk to their central inverter. When the system turns off or loses grid power, those optimizers cut off the DC current from each string, making the wiring on your roof safe to handle. Both approaches meet the updated code automatically, and they quickly became the industry standard. But for older systems, especially anything installed before 2017, none of that was required. Most systems back then used string inverters without any module level electronics. It was simpler, more efficient, and honestly, fewer parts meant fewer failure points. And here's where today's problem starts showing up. Insurance companies, as part of their risk reviews, are starting to flag older systems as non-compliant because they don't have rapid shutdown. Now, your system isn't unsafe. It's just old enough that it doesn't meet a newer code that didn't exist when you installed it. But try telling that to an insurance underwriter. Their goal is to reduce liability, not understand solar design history. So what's happening now is that homeowners are being told, you'll need to retrofit your solar system with rapid shutdown devices if you want to keep your coverage. And that's where it gets expensive. Adding rapid shutdown to an older system isn't like updating a thermostat or swapping a breaker. To retrofit it properly, you need to remove all your solar panels install devices underneath each one, like the Tigo TS4RF units or AP Systems Rapid Shutdown units, then rewire the system and reinstall all the modules. If your racking is outdated or corroded, it might not even be compatible with newer hardware. So you could end up replacing all of that too. And once you've done that, your installer might need to pull a permit, provide engineered drawings, and schedule an inspection, because you're technically altering a power system that's tied to the utility grid. That's a lot of labor and paperwork for what is, in essence, a safety upgrade that wasn't required when your system was installed. So how much are we talking here? Well, on average, a 20-panel solar array, you're probably looking at anywhere from $5,000 to over $10,000 to retrofit your system. And that's if everything goes smoothly. Now, if your jurisdiction requires new drawings or your inverter doesn't meet modern grid interconnection standards, that cost can easily climb higher. And the frustrating part, service work like this doesn't qualify for the federal solar investment tax credit. Yeah, the 30% incentive that's expiring soon, which only applies to new systems or full replacements. Yeah, so this retrofit service work doesn't count. Which means if you're going to spend close to 10 grand on an upgrade, it might actually make more sense to explore replacing the entire system instead. You'd get newer, higher efficiency panels, integrated shutdown, and you'd qualify for the 30% tax credit, assuming you got this done before December 31st, 2025, when the tax credit expires completely. Now, don't get me wrong, rapid shutdown is a good thing. It's an important layer of protection and gives emergency crews peace of mind. But forcing homeowners to retrofit older systems purely to meet paperwork standards, that's where I think the industry needs to slow down a bit. Because if insurance companies are serious about safety, they should really be focusing on the main electrical panels, not solar arrays. Old panels cause far more fires and failures than properly installed solar ever has. In fact, commercial and industrial properties already face these upgrade requirements. And trust me, replacing a 600 plus amp 3-phase main gear is a serious expense. So for homeowners, it just feels misplaced. If your insurer does come to you asking for a rapid shutdown upgrade, don't panic, and definitely don't rush to signing anything. Before spending a dime, talk to someone who knows solar inside and out. A lot of times there are alternative solutions, whether it's upgrading your inverter to one that meets RSD standards, or even replacing a few critical components instead of the entire array. Here at Renewable Innovations, that's exactly what we help with. We work alongside licensed electricians and trusted installation partners who understand both the code and the insurance side. We can help you evaluate your system, model upgrade options, and decide what makes the most sense financially. And if a full replacement turns out to be the smarter long-term play, we can walk you through that too, step by step, from quote to completion. So before you tear your system apart, reach out to us at reinnovations.org. At the end of the day, solar is supposed to simplify your energy life, not complicate it. But as policies evolve and insurers try to minimize risk, these types of things are going to become more common. So if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who has solar, and subscribe to the channel for more updates like this, because when it comes to renewable energy, the more we understand the rules, the more power we have to make the right choices. I'm Dale with Renewable Innovations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.